Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. And thank you for purchasing this book, or thank you for contemplating it. Let me take you to the introduction. I'm gonna start right. Aplomb, assurance springing from confidence in oneself. Online etymology dictionary. An uncommon introduction to an uncommon book. This book asserts to be a guide for you to build aplomb, but be sensible. This word is not something you'd yell out at a football game or anywhere else, but it is permissible to carry it with you. No security screening device will ever catch it, but you might catch the eye of the guard and everyone else as one who carries aplomb. As a matter of fact, aplomb is harmless. It never hurt anyone. It's a silent teller of who you are, what you have. If we all had this, who knows? The world might be a better place. In a nutshell, aplomb is a way of being. If we do something with aplomb, we do it with composure and self-confidence. We do it with poise. We own it. Carpenters use plumb line, a term whose root is the same as aplombs, to keep their work level and straight. French use aplomb in ballet to denote an unwavering stability during a vertical pose or movement. Ralph Waldo Emerson endorsed aplomb as a staple characteristic in the protagonist in novels, who is sure and confident. Emerson also wrote that great people are misunderstood. So, yelling aplomb at a football game is surely going to be misunderstood. But you don't have to say it. People will see it in you, unspoken, but there. Setting us upright and on the way to self-confidence on American football is the aim of Footballogy. Power up your emotional intelligence with American football, where becoming plumb or exact connects us to American way of life through football, a phenomenon as ubiquitous in American society as grandma and apple pie. The culture of football is all over the place in schoolyards, university campuses, professional gatherings. Politicians even use it, football terms, to make analogies, which they hope to resonate with voters. From professors to courtroom judges to the common ordinary folk, football jargon so often crops up. Footballogy then posits to help us, like swashbucklers, to fearlessly navigate the thingamajigs and whatchamacallits that make up football and its traditions, and give us the tools to discover elements of this exciting sport, from fantasy football to flag football and beyond. Although the author could not play the game due to a disability, he has blended his lifelong passion for football with his work as a teacher and love for the written word in a book that he hopes snaps, crackles, and pops a crunchy landscape of this wondrous game and involves us in the total experience, which goes beyond the game itself. This means by design, it's not a run-of-the-mill book that spoon feeds data. Rather, it's one that strives to grind a tune outside the conventional grist of sports themed books, to gather us to the fruits of this fall spectacular, so aptly called football season. In the reading of this book, we shall be able to pick and choose our own ways to associate and make relevant any of the many aspects of the sport, which, by the way, gets more inclusive by the year. Close to 50% of football fans in the United States are women, for instance, who are not just watch the football game, but actually participate from executive level to on-field performer. Women play in leagues around the globe. Some players play with disabilities, as we shall see. This book laces opportunities to test ourselves, such as fun crossword puzzles, quizzes, videos, and QR codes, where we can scan off to author-created and external sources for reading or watching or interaction. Many are games we can play at football-themed parties. Be mindful, however, that external sources, except for author-developed material, have no association with the author or the publisher. And not having ownership of the links, there is no guarantee that the links will always be up. In sum, Power Up Your EQ with American Football is a conduit for us to get the emotional intelligence, or aplomb, to get up and go, to take charge of our own learning and experiences, where we can feel comfortable in our own skin in any circumstance. It is forever important to keep in the backs of our minds that football ballyhoo can spontaneously combust at the place of work, in a waiting room or boardroom, on a flight, bus, or train. We never know when a conversation on a controversial play, a name of a historical figure in football, or the mention of a football idiom will be a game changer, turning a new acquaintance into a lifelong friend, or a business prospect into a client. Hardly is there a better way to win friends and influence people, suggested motivational expert Dale Carnegie, than to talk about the things the other person is interested in. This is the essence of this book, the power that comes with aplomb, that snappy good feeling we get when we possess knowledge and confidence. Happy reading.